Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the semifinals of the Wisdom of Thoth tournament. $1,000 are on the line, and in the blue color, this is Kimo playing as Aranos.
Surprise, surprise, everybody. In the red, we got Ulysses, also playing Aranos. Like I said at the beginning, when the little intro, Yuli's been diversifying his roster, and boom, he's quite the formidable Aranos player these days. So this can be a good game.
Yes, indeed, both certainly are super solid Aranos players, and Alfheim is just one of those maps that really lends itself to Aranos. You don't have all that much hunt. You have plenty of other food sources though. You got your berries and your chickens, you got a ton of cows. And thing is, Aranos doesn't really care all that much about which specific build order you do. But it looks like enough hunt gets found for Ulysses to want that hunting dogs, and same with Kimo.
I think the hunt matters at least a little bit, especially in a matchup like this. You can do your build order, unless something goes very wrong, you're going to do either a 4:30 advance or right around a 4-minute advance, just after 4 minutes. So I think the amount of hunt doesn't matter a ton, but your starting hunt and a second hunt placement does matter. And I mean, both players, it looks like both players have found their starting and secondary hunt. They got a little patch of deer, so that should be fine. Probably to advance at 4 minutes if they really want to, but I think that's going to be a small little difference to pay attention to.
Yeah,
is their advance time? Are they going 4 minutes?
What I meant by they don't care is that both strategies are really solid and can transition easily into macro play.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And Uranus is rather stable when it comes to just, making a bunch of Termas early on and harassing each other. I assume it's going to be just Terma Murmillo, Promethean, and Chiroballista mixes, so basically the only unit getting left out of that is the Oracle Hero and and Catapeltes. Everything else usually plays a role.
Yep. Lots of cows, 10 cows over there for Kimo, and 11 so far for Ulysses. So I like that. I like that the players pretty much have the same amount of hunt. Like if one player gets like 15 cows and the other has like 6 or 7, that can be heavily sway like your heroic timing, the amount of Murmillo you can get out, etc., etc. So I'm glad that they got about the same number of cows. Should be pretty even match.
Yeah, fully agreed. Now looking at the gold mines, it seems that they both have a rather solid second gold mine spot. I'm not sure yet about whether the TC's securing anything. I'm not going to reveal the map for competitive integrity, just in case somebody messages them on Vubly. You never know what happens. But yeah, it's time for those temples. I think the second gold myself perfectly fine, but you could certainly be aggressive and go for a gold starve if you get ahead. You've seen that before.
Yeah, there is opportunity for aggression to pay off here for sure. Like if you look at Kimo's starting gold mine that's in the front of his base, there's maybe some opportunity for some aggression there. Like you said, the second gold mines of both players. It's not like this is just going to be a boring, boomy game, of course.
Oh, no.
We'll see.
Never with the Aranos mirrors. If there's one thing about them, it's that they're action-packed.
They're not the most popular mirror matchups, though.
Oh, no. People don't like Aranos very much, I think.
I know, I don't.
Yeah, chat and YouTube comments, let us know. Do you like Aranos? Do you like Atlantean in general? Are they good for the game? Let us know. For the relics, we've got the Head of Orpheus, some extra burning line of sight. We've got the Shingles of Steel, some House and Manor hit points, and the rest we haven't found yet. But Manor hit points, they'd be up to 1,500.
That's something.
Yeah, definitely worth picking up.
It could come in handy.
Interesting to see Ulysses use the Valor on the Oracles immediately, especially on his own side of the map, which means that he gets the free hero citizen, which is useful. Can slap some Chiroballista later with the giant kitchen knife it has. Does a lot of damage for whatever reason. It's realistic, right?
I guess, yeah. I'm so confused. Why would you go for the hero oracles like that? They take so long to. I mean, that's nice that he has the hero citizen, but is he looking to like hit the gold mine early? What's going on here?
Maybe. But I feel like Kimo is just going to make his units, which are... The manually made units are better than the oracles.
Yeah.
And he should be able to defend... Oh, he forced it on the oracles, so...
Wow.
It all works out.
At least Kimo gets a hero Murmillo though.
Yes.
That's nice for him.
Yes, a little bit of idle time force, but nothing crazy. This is not going to decide the game.
Yeah, I agree. I guess I like the idea. It was a little bit slow to get the oracles over there to the gold mine, but I like the idea to try and slow down your opponent's army production just a little bit. It's a mirror matchup. Every inch counts, people. Every centimeter counts. All right, here we go.
New relic has been uncovered. It's the armor of Achilles. That's a pretty good one for these Murmillo versus Murmillo battles.
Mm-hmm. Up top as well, Harmonious necklace.
That's some gold gather rate. Now Ulysses is going in with some small raids, but Kimo has a way bigger army, so he won't really be able to find any damage here. Keeping Kimo somewhat busy, I suppose.
I'm a little bit curious as to oftentimes in Aranos mirror, big difference is how many terma you decide to make. So I think it's going to be interesting to see who transitions over to Carballista first.
Yep, trying to check, but for the moment they're still going with the terma.
Okay.
Ulysses sneaking out to grab a little hunt, but Kimo will find it immediately. A little pressure will happen with this. It looks like, oh, he's
JK.
not going for it. Running right past.
There's so many cows. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Ulysses decides to go out with just for 2 elk over there. That's a little surprising to me.
And it's like a big investment to just walk the villagers, right? It's time they spend not gathering. You might as well just put them on chickens and berries.
Yeah. 2 of them
and
as
it
well,
risks the
are all the way
villas.
up there.
Although the gold mine is nearby. So maybe there's a purpose behind that. That, let's say, Kimo ends up in his base and his army is out of position, the gold miners get denied, then the hunters can switch over to gold. That's, I guess, a nice little bonus to have.
Sure. Medium Murmillo already in for Ulysses. There's another little difference. And there's the first Carballista for Kimo, so already he's starting to swap over. It's interesting, Ulysses going for the infantry. He has quite a few Prometheans as well.
Yeah, Prometheans are a huge threat to the Carballista. These projectiles just tickle. And the Promethean slaps themselves are rather strong against the Carballista. They don't have a whole lot of crush armor, so... Both damage tabs going through.
Oh. Weird positioning right there. That forest, that's a nice little defensive forest for Kimo. It makes it awkward for Ulysses to actually start to push in here. But he's doing it anyway. Or not.
Oh, that's a huge shockwave. Oh my goodness. Knocking down all these Prometheans for a moment, but it looks like the escape path is relatively covered. Kimo trying for the surround, doesn't quite get it though. The units in AOM are always very slippery like this. Still, that's a lot of health damage that went down.
Ooh. You hear that, everybody? They're slippery.
Yeah, man, it's so difficult to get a good surround in this. I don't know. Playing all the other RTS games, AOM is one of the hardest to do it in.
I agree. And interestingly enough, they're not as slippery in vanilla AOM.
Really?
It's the Titans. Yeah, it's the Titans that they're particularly lubed up, so to speak. Mm-hmm.
Well, with both players now having medium infantry, things are a little bit more even. Both of them maxed out. Ulysses over the population limit like a Chad. Thanks to Valor.
The smallest of differences here. So Kimo already has the two Cairo Ballista. He's also going for a back town center. Big fight coming in here.
Yeah, it's funny how Ulysses is relatively late on the TC, not starting it even now, just trying to maintain this push really. And it seems to me that Kimo is winning the fight, Maiden.
Defender's advantage, man, I guess. Maybe it's army composition, defender's advantage, something like that.
Bit of both, apparently.
Yeah.
Complete lack of Cairo Ballista. I mean, if you don't kill those Cairo Ballista, they're gonna generate value, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. And Ulysses had quite a few infantry in that army.
Chat keeps hyping up the hero citizens. Well, maybe we'll see one pulled eventually. Although that's easier to do on defense.
Oh, dude, I don't know if Kimo notices this. Okay, so, all right, so here's a couple things going on right now. Kimo dropped a second military barracks. He also, like we said, I don't know if you caught this, but he took a back town center, right?
Yes.
He has a couple of Carballistas stuck in his base. I'm not sure if those are showing up on his idle military tab, assuming he has it. I'm not sure if he does.
They do. They're doing the idle item right now, so definitely will work. But
well, so there's
the
that.
important part is
Ulysses
is going heroic, man. He's getting Plow. He's in a pretty good spot, and Kimo's only now going to start it. So there will be a period of time where birds and dryads will be in to make Kimo's life hell, really.
Smallest of differences here, man. Kimo is not that far behind in his heroic timing, and like I said, he already has that. He already has his second gold mine pretty much secure. He's got that second town center. Teensiest bit of extra citizen production.
What's interesting is that the extra citizen production actually didn't result in anything because so many units were ready to pop. And the two players are actually equal on villagers, despite Kimo's extra TC. He didn't actually squeeze out any extra. And it's just an army difference right now.
Yeah, he barely took the town center as well. Hasn't had a lot of time to actually produce citizen just yet. Here we go. Carbalista in for Ulysses finally. Dryad coming over as well. Say about the Stymphalian bird. Dude, once again, Ulysses is retreating.
Yeah, man,
I think this is a little bit sketchy.
I agree, he's relying a lot on eco upgrades and this timing push to work, but it's kind of not working. Kimo has this bigger army here ready to defend, and he's jumping on top of the Cairo Ballista. This is actually Ulysses' chance to get some splash damage onto those Murmillos, and they're all dropping suddenly. Can the Dryads now make the difference?
Maybe getting the Dryads onto the Cairo Ballista or something. Here comes some Arcus. Pretty big push for Ulysses here. Finally, he doesn't have to retreat. Couple of stimp birds for both players. Can Kimo hold this? His gold mine is right there. Looks like he can. Wow. Once again, Ulysses retreating.
This to turn around. It's such a slow retreat as well, so a lot of extra slaps are coming through. The Terma can always get the extra hits on the Arcus themselves.
Yeah.
Looking great for Kimo right now, and Ulysses still doesn't have a TC behind this. The next play would be, I guess, to go Mythic and to hope for the best with Tartarian Gate. Will Kimo
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because now he's ahead with 3 citizens, man.
I don't think... Can I use the little chat commands to see... I don't think I can I? Oh, I can!
You can, but mute your chat so that the players don't see it.
Oh.
It's Haggard, ladies and gentlemen. The game is a little bit hacked to make spectating happen with 2 people.
Okay. I put it on ally, so that should be fine, yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, sorry for that.
Either way,
I wanted to see the resources.
Oh, you didn't have
sorry,
that
I
up.
wanted to I didn't have it up. I didn't want to... For some reason, I thought it wasn't working, but... Yeah, I want to see if Ulysses, how close he is to going Mythic. And dude, if you're looking at his resources, he is right around the corner. Does he have a market up?
Just clicked.
There we go, okay.
That's a cat.
That's got to be his play, going for 1 town center. Can Kimo? I wonder what Kimo expects. Kimo's an experienced enough player. He sees one town center. He's gotta know that that means mythic, right? He's gotta know.
I agree. I think he would have seen the score drop there. Spending 2,000 resources will reflect itself at the next tick of the
That
score
too.
update. So I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that
sure
too.
Kimo pays attention to that kind of business, and he continues playing defensive because he knows he's got the bigger economy. He's getting close himself to that mythic age, and sure, he'll be behind by like, what, 1 minute of advance time, but he's making that market with 5 citizens. He wants it as soon as possible. Gotta cancel some Murmillo and then do the click. There it is.
There it is. It's only about halfway behind. 40, 45 seconds, something like that. Doesn't it take a minute and a half to go up mythic?
Sorry, what's the question?
Is it 2 minutes or a minute and a half to go mythic? Do you know off the top of your head?
If I remember correctly, it's 2.
Okay, yeah. There's the Arcus, ready to drop the Tartarian Gate.
It's 1 minute for classical, 1.5
Right.
for heroic, and 2 for mythic, if I remember correctly.
Okay. There it is.
Getting the counteracts and the tower, not too bad. Do you think it would be better to hit the manor?
Yeah, kind of. That's what I was thinking. That production building he got was a counter barracks. I don't know if that's all too beneficial.
We've been caught in a time loop. What's going on? Button escaped from the keyboard. He sent a button flying.
I can just imagine that's like StarCraft level, hotkeys. He's bashing on his keyboard.
Well,
I like this push from Ulysses, dude. He's hitting the gold mine.
exactly.
Tartarian Gate in the back.
No wonder that button went flying. Ulysses is causing a lot of trouble in Kimo's base right now, hitting that second gold mine, killing a hero citizen. A manor is about to go down, and yeah, look around. These Tartarian spawn aren't chilling. They're wrecking buildings, they idled villagers. They're going for the manor now. Okay, the Tartarian Gate itself will go down quickly. It doesn't have a whole lot of pierce armor, so these birds actually are dealing with it, but Kimo just lost a ton of extra villagers as well. And now it's Ulysses that's up. 19 citizens to 16, and he's gonna get that lampades. That hurts my feelings, but anyway.
That was a nice attack for Ulysses, man. He also snuck a town center behind that, and all of the chaos and all of the keyboard keys. It took a town center.
Speaking of chaos, he got the lampade attack off on a Stymphalian bird. Very nice. What was that, Kimo? We'll never know.
I wasn't looking. There's a Tartarian Gate in Ulysses' base.
Did you see what got Tartarian gated?
It didn't look like he got really anything, actually.
Oh.
I know. Maybe a manor, but yeah, I don't think he actually got anything.
Well, looks like the army's heading home. Bird has been picked off. I believe that was the Mother Nature bird. Anyway, with 5 Dryads here and a bunch of heroes, it shouldn't be a huge issue. Kimo is trying to hit with the army, however.
Yeah, nice.
What is he gonna hit? The second gold mine. There's a palace. Should buy some time against all these Arcus. There's absolutely no melee damage here except the Dryads, which are then manageable with a bunch of heroes. 45 TC for Ulysses, looking good,
This is good defense here from Ulysses. He's got a couple of destroyers in his army, plus a Stymphalian bird, so that Tart Gate goes down pretty quickly. Dude, he just has to pick off a couple of Tartarian spawn, and then he's A-okay. Look at the army of Kimo. The army of Kimo just, it idled the gold citizens for 15 seconds. Boom.
That was...
No problemo.
This attack didn't do damage. That's just what it is. Sorry for Kimo, this is gonna have to go a little bit longer at the very least. Oh, and the shockwave will massacre all those Arcus. The Terma are on the job, man. They're in serious trouble. That was an expensive move for Kimo that didn't do anything, so now he's gonna go for that 30 TC. He's gonna have to late game up himself. Which,
well,
let's see
I think
if
that
Ulysses is ahead. He's got Bosa, he's got Flood Control. He's got, what's this, Shaft Mine.
Yeah.
And Kimo's on like
He's-
hand axe, pickaxe, plow. That's a disaster.
Yeah. So I think that ultimately it seems like the Tartarian Gate for Ulysses really like slingshotted him forward in this game. I think it was much better than than Kimo's Tartarian Gate. It did give Kimo an opportunity to push forward with this palace and start taking a town center though. So Kimo took more damage, but I think he's still okay, man. I think he's okay and looking good.
I agree. This is his lifeline though, so depending on what Ulysses can pull off here. Oh my goodness. What's going on with my voice? Whatever he can pull off. This is an advantage situation right now. If he can get his own TC, that's great. But seems to me like he's still the one doing the damage. Although he's behind by 3 villagers. I'm not sure he can take that for much longer. Kimo also has 45
behind
TCs.
So Ulysses is behind on villagers, but he does have better the better eco upgrade, so that does mitigate it a little bit. But this town center, dude, this town center's not going up at all. Both of them, maybe. Those little snipers can maybe, they can pick off those citizens so quickly, dude.
Woo. That's not a good thing right now for Ulysses.
Kimo almost has his TC up. There's a couple of destroyers right there, but that thing is just about up. Ulysses, this thing is almost denied. It's close. Armory upgrades, just about comparable. Ulysses has a copper weapons upgrade. It's comparable. Dude, look at all those destroyers coming over for Kimo. He also has the extra population from the town center. He's got double palace right there, forward.
Oh, he might be able to just completely deny this with the destroyers. It's looking pretty good, man.
Dude, ouch, that had to hurt. Manual taunts. Dude, that is huge. That is huge.
Chat is suggesting to do lampade bombs in Atlantean mirrors. I would highly advise against it. It takes over 5 of them to get the citizens. It's a disaster.
It's worth it, Naka. It's all for the memes, baby. It's all for the memes. That's what we're about, right?
But against the other civs, you can use 2. Now that's viable.
Yeah.
And that's not just in the DM patch. It's also in all the other versions.
Okay, yeah.
You can try it yourself. Maybe the players will do it at some point. Who knows?
You can try a Lampades bomb. You can try a Lampades bomb. All right. What about a destroyer bomb? What about a destroyer bomb? We got a little destroyer bomb down here on the palace at the bottom.
Yeah, palace can't fight back, so that will go down real quick. Goldmine has still a good amount of resources in there, so unfortunate for Ulysses to not have any defenses here, not ready to make a fanatic or anything. He's got an Arcus Ball, and well, the Arcus Ball is good against other Arcus, and then the end.
And citizens, and citizens.
And citizens.
The end.
The end. Well, the heroes are good against any myth units that you can make at this point.
Oh dude, I'm telling you, they're snipers. Whew.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff right there with their 20 range. They can very easily move in, and Kimo is just absolutely demolishing these citizens. One of the most satisfying sounds in the game. Except if you're Ulysses, then it's a disaster and he's tapping out. Ouch! That had to hurt.
Exactly, dude. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that? 4, 5, 6? Or 7? That's 7 dead citizens. Boom. GG.
Does it show up on the graph? It went from 26 to... it doesn't quite show up properly. It's got a delay.
He resigned too quickly. Dadgummit. Oh, what a way to end a game, dude. With a huge raid like that.
Alright, playing as Zeus, we have got in the blue color on Mediterranean Ulysses.
Yes. Naka, I'm so happy. We have Kimo going Isis on Mediterranean. No Kronos! No Kronos! Woohoo!
The time has come.
The time has come. Okay, so we were just barely talking about, we should remove, should we remove Medit from the map pool? It's official. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's, we finally don't have a Kronos mirror. They've redeemed my faith in humanity. I mean, the AOM community.
ISIS on the Mediterranean match. I mean, it's been years, 3,000 years.
Just about, right? Since the Old Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Get it? Who got that joke? Anyways, yeah, dude, I don't know if it's me like being a vanilla player, but I always, even though like you barely see ISIS played these days, partially I think there's just not a lot of ISIS mains like there used to be. You don't see ISIS a whole lot anymore, aside from being chosen on Anatolia.
Yes.
So I'm very surprised that he goes for ISIS. If you're gonna see ISIS, it's gonna be on a water map. Usually Anatolia, sometimes Midgard, sometimes Meta, but not that common. So I'm impressed that Kimo goes for ISIS here. I don't know. I've never been so excited about ISIS before. I'm just excited that it's not a Kronos mirror. Maybe that's why.
Sorry everybody, we got the wrong player colors and everything. Oh my goodness.
Dadgummit, Naka.
Yep. Of course, there's a 1 minute delay, so I didn't know this.
Well, okay, so speaking of ISIS, speaking of strategies, ISIS against Zeus. What's nice for ISIS is that you can either go for some really early aggression with Anubis. You can also go for a boomier, kind of a fast heroic, semi-fast heroic play with some potential ancestors eclipse threat. So there's some diversity in what ISIS can do. I think you can scout it out with your Kataskopos. So Ulysses probably is not going to be surprised by whatever happens. But we'll see. We'll see. I presume all the scoreboard is all up to date. I'm getting nudged left and right over here. Okay, yeah, okay. Chill out, everybody. Chill out.
It's done. But yeah, so fast heroic from ISIS is pretty much expected, in my opinion. We could see an Anubis. I'd be a little surprised. That's more of an Anatolia thing. But even there, Ancestors Eclipse is just super nice to have. And to put it in the other guy's main base when all the water fighting is still rather heavy, that can have devastating effects.
I agree. I agree. Ancestors Eclipse on your enemies, like base, on their economy, and then follow it up with, with the water play. I agree with you. It can be devastating. But I question it. I question it because at this level, Ulysses became a Zeus player. Like he played Aranos, back in the day, but he really kind of hit the top level side of the top level echelon of competition with Zeus. He's a good enough Zeus player. It seems like he should be able to prep for that, and know if it's coming, mitigate it, get his heroes out, blah blah blah. I'd expect Ulysses to be able to counter that. I don't think that a fast heroic is cheesy, but I think that type of strategy it works a little bit better. It works a little bit better with at the lower levels compared to these two. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 docks, fish boom. I might be going on and on. We see Bast coming in for Kimo, 4 docks. Maybe I'm just completely wrong here. I don't know.
He's getting hand axe, which kind of implies that he might be interested in a little bit of extra ship business. Is he? You think?
But he's still on pigs.
Shift off of pigs or what? Best of both worlds. What is this?
I don't know what this is.
Isn't that neither getting the benefit really?
Well,
anyway,
I'm completely wrong. Drop in the armory. There we go.
With our Greek player being able to advance later due to the whole situation of having figured out that it's a fast heroic, you can just get per scene on your ships. That's 12 fishing ships that get upgraded significantly by that thing. It's plus 30% gather rate. Not something that our ISIS player has done, because you need that heroic age, so I'm not pretty sure what the hand X was about. In fact,
Yeah,
he's going to
I
be late
agree.
with gold because of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. The armory is building pretty slowly. He does need 100 gold. I don't know. Did he get pickaxe as well? He did get pickaxe as well.
He did. Yeah, see the villagers now having to shift over to gold, and it's not ready to click up when the armory is done. It's not great for Kimo. A little bit of a mishap there, but not too big of a deal. It's just very nice to age up faster, right? And get that early Ancestors Eclipse done. I don't see any heroes for Ulysses. He didn't particularly make him, but I guess he's going to, just in time. Triremes me while hitting the fishing ships, denying a little bit of economy there. I believe Bolt was used on the Sphinx.
Yep, it was. Armory is in for Ulysses, so he's actually doing his own little fast heroic here. His own fast heroic with some triremes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hail
Very
Hydra.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dionysus, here we come. Okay.
Dinosaurus. Here we come.
Well, okay, so he's bringing back his Minotaur. Jason is out. I haven't seen Odysseus. But he's got Ulysses got a couple on favor. How much favor does he have in the bank? 22. I think he might be going for. He's not necessarily going for Skilla spam, but I think he's maybe gonna, wanting to get a second Skilla out.
Certainly wouldn't say it's impossible. So far,
I guess
I'm not sure what he's going to plan. He stopped making ships. We've got the Leviathan out for Kimo, and the Chunky Boy should be able to hold its own against one Scylla. Especially during Eclipse. Just don't tell me that Kimo is gonna go for the lost ships. That would be bonkers.
Maybe, dude. Maybe to give him water.
They're so weak.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
many of them.
They're scary. The numbers plus, they look scary, right? Dude, do you notice Kimo's going for cladding? So he's got heavy cabinets. Heavy
Whoa.
cabinets with some war barges. I think this is so interesting. The first time that I ever saw cladding or like heavy arrow ships in a serious match was Soup getting it in my Fimbulwinter tournament earlier this year. And now I've seen it a couple of times here.
Wait.
I either never paid attention before, but
Matreus was like really popularizing this style in the early Metaplays tournaments. He did it like every time, and then
oh really?
Kimo started doing it as well. Just matching it, and now there's the two heroes at home, by the way, and the Hydra. No need for Heracles even, so I wonder what Kimo will exactly do with Ancestors Eclipse. So far, it seems to be starting to set up by that second gold mine, but no Migdal or anything like that. Full-on naval warfare is on.
It's on.
Is Yuli gonna bronze this, or what's the strat? Kimo is just making more and more cabinets and war barges. You don't really need to add in hammer ships into this because, well, when you have this many ships, you can just get heroic fleet and deal with the Scylla that way. Not even sure it's necessary.
Fight? Yeah.
Shiny. Oh my god, it's the lost ships. Get out of here.
Yes.
No freaking way he's going for the lost ships. The stats on these are not that great, by the way. But it's something.
And Redstone, dude, what?
An Eclipse is being kept for later.
What? I like that, dude. Eclipse does not benefit the lost ships, or does it?
It does not.
Does it?
They're not myth units,
Okay.
so they just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
get the... It's really weird. I think they should be myth units in my personal opinion, but... Oh well.
Man, look
They're
at all.
going
I'm not
down.
gonna lie. The ships look beautiful. They look so beautiful, but I don't. But is that enough to hold on? I don't know if this is enough to hold on to water, dude.
Not bad for an undead, I agree, but there's no juggernauts for our Greek players, so can't really match those heavy cabinets even with the bronze normal triremes. This is tough. The dock's starting to help, and Eclipse will be available at some point. Wonder how Kimo will use it. He only has the one monument as far as I can tell. But that water fight, he's winning it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see Ulysses really coming back on water. These heavy cabinets are sick, dude. He has so many of them.
Lost ships. I'm never gonna get over this. I'm gonna keep talking about this game for the rest of eternity, I think. If we don't remove Mediterranean, that is.
Dude, it worked, man. Like, he's got control of water. I'm a little surprised he's not trying to finish off some of those docks. But dude, it worked. If it worked, it worked, eh?
A. You started
A.
saying A a lot lately. I like it. I think it's because
I'm a
you're
fan
hanging
of-
out with Ryuk. The joke is that Ryuk is Canadian. Anyway.
Guilty. No, yeah, Ryuk was, pounding me so hard in deathmatch. He pounded the A into me.
Hydra taking down a dog. It's a pretty good start, but the cabinets will obviously put this to rest. They'll have to run away from the shoreline. Game is calming down a lot, though. Seems that Kimo's maybe more interested in a mythic transition with a little bit of chariots behind it. He can't really make too many units, so that's what you see is what you get. Thanks to Mr. Poundtown for the raid. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for the raid, A.
You a champ.
Right, pound down. All right. Well, one thing, even though Ulysses, well, geez, he's not. Okay. So actually, question for you, Naka. Do you think Kimo? Do you think it's? I don't know if it's necessarily a mistake, but do you think that Kimo is giving Ulysses an opportunity to come back into this game by? I mean, he won water, kind of, but then he's backing off. Do you think that's a mistake?
Ain't over till it's over, maiden. I think Ulysses is gonna take his chances and come back on the water, hoping that Kimo maybe deletes a few cabinets. Not gonna be the case, though. They are low health. So in that sense, I think he is pushing in right now and doing a pretty good job at it. The Scylla will be a fantastic tank as well with 70% pierce armor.
Nice.
It is showing up as 69, which is nice, but it's supposed to be 70.
I'll take 69, baby.
That's what he said.
All right. All right. Well, okay. So I can't, since I'm the little special observer, I cannot see if if any ships were garrisoned inside. Obviously, Ulysses was garrisoning ships inside of his docks, but yeah.
Yes, Kimo is doing it, which is funny. I guess he's just already preparing the next wave, getting Ulysses to charge in more. Then he'll lose ships and he'll make more, then Kimo will feign a retreat and get right back into it, I guess. Well,
Mind games.
Yeah, the water fighting is maintaining very much. And thing is, they're fighting over 11 ships, so I'm not sure that committing thousands of resources is truly worth it. But Kimo got the second TC behind it, and he's actually stealing Ulysses' town center now. So this is looking pretty good to me.
Very nice. Ulysses has a second town center himself, so they're both on 2 TCs. I like what you just pointed out. I like that. He's already got a Migdol forward, some units, thinking about stealing a town center. I like that from Kimo, dude.
Sadly, Boyd needs to leave the chat, but he has a big announcement tomorrow. We'll share it as well. Keep an eye open. Well, Kimo has been able to maintain his fleet, young gears and everything, so no feigned retreats and whatnot, no special tactics required. He's just got the numbers. That's how tough he is. Playing like a man. Which involves getting copper shields, you need to know when to defend yourself. Triremes have no upgrade of any sort. Oh, Scylla's about to be shot to pieces. The other one not quite fighting, and down it goes. Kimo's got the TC steel secured. Is he gonna go up to 4?
Maybe. I like the TC still. I like that he's got the. I don't know if you noticed. He also has copper shields on top of his heavy cabinets. So Ulysses is taking worse and worse fights on water. It's a good thing he's got those skilla. Dude, I think Kimo's looking good, man. Even if Ulysses goes down to get that, I don't think he's gonna get that town center down there. Can you see there's a couple of Migdal units that Kimo already has on the 4th town center?
Yeah, man, this is tough. Don't have ceasefire, don't have any other military supporting it. I mean, the Hydra, Odysseus and Jason are coming around, but that's more than enough Egyptian villagers as well to turn the tide there.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Kimo's setting up the big counterattack, building up barracks and siege works. This is looking good.
Yeah, exactly. It's looking really good for him. He's doing fine in both. I mean, both players are doing fine on water. It's kind of not a stalemate, but it's, you know, neither player's a big advantage on water, but on land, Kimo's looking really good on land, man.
3-headed Hydra.
Sick.
Oh, 2 hits on villagers, dude. That's something. 4-headed Hydra. Can we get to 5? Oh, every time.
It was good while it lasted.
Does it have to be like this? Anyway,
Dude, Ulysses is
villagers into mercs.
Yeah,
this is gonna be tough.
Easy. Is it even gonna be worth it if he gets a town center up?
Well, if all these mercs don't get anything done, then yes. Kimo just spent more resources than a town center to try and prevent it. But the villagers are starting to drop left and right. This is looking bad for Ulysses. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, man. Kimo made ISIS work on Mediterranean. Never forget, this strat still works. We need this kind of variety.
Nice. Bravo, man. Yeah. Bravo to Kimo for, you know, bravo to both of them for breaking the Kronos paradigm we got, you know, going on Medit. But yeah, I think that was well played by Kimo, man. I think that was really well played by Ulysses to match the timing, the heroic timing. But ultimately, can I tell you something? I think that the heavy cabinet play might have won it for Kimo.
Yeah, winning the water was definitely a big deal. Kept Ulysses relatively constrained to his initial fishing spots. And that's just kind of killer when ISIS can match you on the water.
Yeah.
You really don't want to deal with that. We are here with game 3. And Kimo is Greeking up, going with Hades, which is a really interesting pick, especially on Midgard. I can't really explain it, but it must have something to do with those archers. As, you know, the navy is just fine, but it's no Zeus.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, it's not like Hades is OP here or something like that, you know, but I think Hades is a just fine pick. Hades pretty strong god these days. Pretty dadgum strong. I think I'm fine with it. On the other side, however, we got Ulysses finally going for that Kronos pick. Wow. Kronos on Midgard. I think that I'm not as big of a fan of Kronos on Midgard. I like how Tiger Boss plays Kronos on either Medit or Anatolia. I'm not as big of a fan on Midgard though. This one's a teensy bit peculiar to me. By all means, like you can do the same bull crap with you know, with a crush, with the forward temple, with deconstructing docks, blah blah blah. You can do the same bull crap, but it takes a longer amount of time for your biremes to sail all the way around to the other side. It's, you know, the gold mines, you know, with Sentinel, it's like, of course, he didn't know that Kimo went Hades when he picked Kronos. I don't know, I'm just not as big of a fan.
Well, aggression pays off for Kronos. That's basically the moral of the story. You want that forward gold mine to bully. If you don't get that from the RNG gods, then it's a bitter taste, and Midgard also doesn't lend itself to a fast deconstruct on the dock. You see this Oracle, it had to go all that way around and just couldn't find it for the longest time. It's now 2 minutes into the game.
Hmm.
Do wonder if Kimo could have just made some extra fishing ships there.
Good point. I wasn't paying attention to the production. Like Kimo only having 2 fishing ships out so far, the one dock. I think that hurt. I think that hurt him a little bit. Like when you don't see the deconstruction right away. Like on Mediterranean, you can kind of plan that the deconstruction's coming and
Yeah.
prep for it essentially. But when it comes at a more unexpected time, maybe it's a little bit more does a bit more damage. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, we see a handful of gold mines for Kimo. So you mentioned the exposed gold mines and the aggression paying off for Kronos. Of course, like his starting gold mine is in it, not the best, but a decent enough position. Kimo's gold mine. Um, but those other ones, the other ones around his base, I mean, Midgard is, yeah, it's likely you can have some exposed gold mines. You can see those 3 down there on the bottom. Well, I guess around the bottom side of Chemo's base. Those are definitely harassable, deniable in the future, especially with some time shift business from Kronos.
Yes, time shift. Long term, you'll be able to plant the buildings anywhere you want, which is
Yeah.
a really big deal. Creating a forward base that, let's say, by that hunt that Oracle is currently revealing, if you
Mhm.
put your time shifted Chronos base there, you're covering basically 3 gold mines with very
Yeah.
swift access to all of those. That's
Yeah,
probably the place to
exactly.
be. Now, can Kimo
Exactly.
beat that back, however?
Is it clicked up yet? I don't think so. I didn't.
No. Kimo is
That's-
on 272 gold. It goes back all the way to that deconstruct where time-wise, it shouldn't have been that epic. Now, the force drop
Ooh.
fixed it, but anyway. Due to all that, he's now gonna have a 5-minute 20 advance. It's not that hot against Kronos, honestly, especially considering that he just has 10 fishing ships now. That number is usually a little bit higher, but again, the deconstruct was big. There were not many fishing ships in the early game. The villager was really far away, so it took a long time to walk in. It hurt Kimo a lot.
Yeah, it looks like it. Although, I mean, talking about aggression, it's not like Ulysses is. I think ultimately Chemo's going to be fine. Like I said, the biremes take so long to sail all the way around the map. The
Yeah.
hero there's no time shift, so it's not like there's instant aggression on the docks. So I think Chemo's going to be just fine ultimately.
Do you think it's a mistake that there was no time shift? Should that temple have been put forward?
I think he definitely could. He could have one like that dock on the bottom side. You mentioned time shifting on the around the hunt and the gold on the bottom side. I think with an instant Promethean on that bad boy, he could have taken that dock down for sure, and then do a little bit of damage there. I think Chiron and Ajax can usually deal with the early aggression like that fairly well. So, maybe pick off a dock and then head back home. He could have done some damage. I don't think it's like a huge mistake or anything.
Well, the first bireme has arrived. Bireme on the other side as well, so both fishing ship spots being bullied simultaneously, and we've got the Oracles and Promethean now slapping the dock. No defenders just yet, although the 2 heroes and Minotaur, of course, are out. Kimo thinking about cavalry, but Yuli doesn't have any land army for the moment. He's just pumping those biremes. Very diligent about
Is
it.
is Kimo producing? I see one trireme on the top side. Is he producing out of his docks, all 3 of them?
We're gonna have to check. Looks like 1 yes, 2 yes. Just the 2, not the one where the oracles are.
Okay. Ooh. Ajax taking some arrow fire, man.
Uh-oh.
That hurts. Same with Chiron. Dude.
It's got that big shield and still it doesn't help. It's just decoration.
It's decoration. It's all about looking good, Naka. You gotta look good while you're, in battle.
He's dapper.
I mean, by all means, I think that Ulysses. You see what I'm saying? Like, it takes the Byreme so long to sail around. Like, Kimo's okay here. Like, he's taking some damage, but the triremes are okay. He still has a restoration potentially to use. In any fight, be it water or land, whatever. I think he's okay here, man. I think he's okay. I don't know if maybe the forward temple would have paid off, done a little bit more damage, but I think Kimo's just a-okay right here, man.
Yeah, seems good with
What?
restoration, especially. That's a hold. Is it unnecessary? Yes. But he's stabilizing from this, and that's all he wants, I guess. The other side also seems okay for the most part. Sure, there's a little bit extra biremes, but he's also still producing his own triremes, which are better. Defender's advantage, blah, blah, blah. It's all working out.
Blah blah blah. This is pro casting, Naka. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Here we go. Kronos play. Blah blah blah. Restoration. You guys know the drill. Yada yada yo. Dude, speaking of yada yada. No, dude, speaking of yada yada yo. Dude, look at the yada yada hippikins over on the top side of Ulysses' base, man. There's a military barracks there.
That's a bigger deal, and it doesn't seem that Ulysses has expected it. Obviously, he'll be able to hide the villager. Gotta respond to this with Murmillo. Thing is, he really doesn't have the food right this second. He can barely make his villagers, in fact.
Taking a town center. I mean, he's got a decent number of fish. Does he have purse sign? They're not upgraded, but he's got a decent amount of fish. He should be okay going, production wise. He's got some hero Murmillo out, taking the town center if you see it.
Yes, and the upgrade is on the way as well, so that's good to see. I do wonder if the food access is there. Does it make sense to get a bunch of catapulties now? The Scificon kind of are begging for it, in my opinion, but backed up by Toxotes, that would make it a rough situation.
Sure.
And now that's a lot of red, all of a sudden, in the blue.
Yeah, where did that come from? It was like Kimo was fine, Kimo was fine, Kimo was fine. Boom!
They are
red
painting
blob.
themselves with the blood of their enemies, and Kimo just shatters. That's how morale works, by the way.
Wow, dude. Kimo's down to one dock. He's pretty much off of water at this point in time. He's going for hunting dogs. In fact, look at his base, man. Boom. He's going straight up land aggression here. Check that out. He's officially given up water. I suppose that's where the red blob came from. He really relaxed the trireme spam, going for land. Hello.
Yes, and it's starting to actually do some work, but now with Yuli having secured his food income thanks to per scene, grabbing free TCs, but not really making the citizens. Trying to hold here with Prometheans, Murmillo, and Terma. It's not looking too bad, man.
I agree. I think if Ulysses, it looks like Ulysses is going to sneak that town center once he gets those citizens working again. He only has 2 production buildings. I think maybe dropping 1 or 2 additional production buildings would be necessary for Ulysses. Otherwise, eventually he's going to get overrun. He's got water control. He's got 3 town centers. I think, like you mentioned, he got purse sign. I think Ulysses is doing a-okay, but I'd feel a lot more comfortable if he got at least 1, 2, maybe 3 additional production buildings out. The good news for him is that he does not have to face restoration on land. He already handled that on water, so that's something.
Yeah, back docks gone. In fact, Kimo has 0 docks right now. The food income will be plummeting significantly. And he's up against 3 town centers. All that Ulysses needs to do is survive. That's the only mission.
Kimo taking a town center on the top side. I don't know. Like I said about the water, it looks like Kimo's fine. Looks like Kimo's fine. Ulysses looks good with 3 town centers, dropping a couple of production buildings, but I think Kimo is ultimately all right, man. That Greek army is strong. I
It
know
is
Ulysses has
strong.
numbers, but Terma doesn't do all that much against hips and hops, man.
Yeah, they certainly don't. It's the Prometheans that will be the core of this army. There's only the Chiron here, so that's a little bit troublesome to face 5 of these things. Ajax needs to come out, and soon. And we
Yeah,
got a
fair.
pause.
Yeah. Okay.
He's
door.
getting constantly bullied at home. Oh no.
Now that is next level, like, you know, to have speaking of getting bullied, like Ulysses has got like his French connection. Like, go and keep ringing the doorbell. Go doorbell ditch Kimo. Like, gotta play mind games, man. There's $1,000 on the line, dude.
Kimo's multitasking a lot in this. Well, the Watchtower upgrade is done, Maiden, and that's actually a pretty big deal for this defense. You can't just sit under that tower fire and take a fight where you're under-popped in comparison. All the biremes have been deleted, so hence the big Atlantean army all of a sudden. They came out in no time there. Very nice.
Yeah, he's got those 2 extra buildings up in the backside of his base. But here's the thing, I think it's good for Ulysses that he built, you know, the 2 additional racks so that he can start pumping numbers out. He's got the 3 town centers. But right now, eventually he needs to start taking map control. Like, Kimo is he's on 2 town centers now. He doesn't have fish, so that's a benefit, a bonus for Ulysses. But Kimo's army, it seems like that Greek army is a lot stronger. So Ulysses doesn't really have map control, even though he has town centers, man.
Yes, pulling the villagers into the town center means that you just added a lot of damage to this. Those kitchen knives are gonna demolish this thing. Sure, a bunch of villagers will go down. Ulysses' advantage, however, is that he's essentially got what 80 Greek villagers can gather. That's his kind of income right now. It's absolutely bonkers. The Prometheans are facing off the Hippicon. These are unupgraded as well. A big mistake, in my opinion, for the Terma to not go for the Toxotes. Okay, they're switching. That's good. That's really good. And now the villagers are in trouble as the Murmillo have started to get in their midst. Kimo's army is getting mostly handled, but there's more coming.
Yeah, it's right in front of Kimo's production building, so he took down the town center, which is good. He took some damage. That was not too bad of a fight for Ulysses. I think this is another decent fight for Ulysses here, man.
It was. There's so many little Promethean guys right now, and they're forming a new frontline reusable unit, man.
Child labor, baby.
100% recyclable. Losing the TC is problematic though, but Ulysses is on the case. He's getting the next one already. Rhea is through. He's got the behemoth. Big chunky boy regenerates 2 HP per second. Very useful in these scenarios where the Greek player doesn't have a whole lot of army. Traitor will be available should Kimo ever make it to heroic, and how will he do that? I really don't know. He's not.
Wow.
Ulysses has got a point.
Wow. That didn't quite go as I expected. Maybe, I don't know, maybe without taking that fight without medium infantry, no medium cavalry. Dude, it looks like, you know, Ulysses, he does have the medium merms, medium terma. Ultimately, he's able to take... I guess that was a pretty close fight, but ultimately, like you said, Ulysses had the bigger economy. He still has the fish, etc. And
yeah, man, look at this
he's
graph.
just fine.
All resources total, nearly 21,500 resources versus 17,200. Yeah. Sorry, not even 70,000 for Kimo. Big difference, and Ulysses certainly showed what he can do with all those resources. Game 4. It's on. Ulysses is back to the roots where we began. It's Aranos again.
Indeed, Aranos, and Naka called it, people. He felt something in his bones. It wasn't quite water. It was actually raw. He felt the raw in his bones. That's what it is, right? So we got Kimo going for raw, and I think Kimo got not necessarily lucky, but on Frozen Waste you can get either 2 or 1 starting gold mines, like Ghost Lake. So Kimo not necessarily lucked out, but he got the 2 starting gold mines. So nice for him. Very nice for him.
Yeah, overall just a really nice map for Ra to do the thing where you raid around the edges. The gold mines aren't really wallable, not that Aranos would normally wall, but if it's like a map that allows for it, they will. They will. If it's just a little bit of villager time to get it done. Well, on this map, it's as much time as is literally possible in AOM, as you'd have to make a circle with your wall around it, so that's not happening. Which means that a heroic age Ra can go around with the chariots, which can dodge thermal shots, by the way, at full speed, and harass those gold mines. Also, camels, not bad.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm interested in. Well, what am I thinking here? Like, I don't know about a 2TC play against Aranos. If you look at the two town centers of Kimo, he's scouted enough. You can see on the right-hand side, that's a decent gold mine on the right-hand side for a second town center.
It is
left-hand side.
Something that sometimes gets done and you get away with it. I think if it's relatively wallable, which it is looking like it's relatively wallable, and Kimo doesn't get greedy with the hunt, but rather farms around it, it should be okay. A decent heroic age timing certainly is possible.
Yeah. So the 2TC heroic play, maybe some fast mythic play, something like that with the two gold mines in your base, that's definitely viable. I don't know if that's the most common thing against Atlantean, but, you know, maybe. He's rushing a temple up, though. Kimo's rushing his temple up, so what time is it? He's going for the 4-minute advance, looks like.
Yeah, just finishing up this last villager, and it will be like 4-3. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, does that Ptah come through?
A little bit of randomness in AOM, where your hunt is maybe a little bit further away, so you take those extra seconds, whatever.
Sure. I like how Ulysses, he just split up his goats right there. What? Is he expecting some kind of shift on the goats or something?
Well, maybe not against
Ra. Yeah.
If Kimo steals them all, that's a problem, but what he likes to do normally is make a box and just use a tower to trap some Terma.
Let's have options to kind of make a box around his around some of those forests.
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Really?
Ulysses? Are you serious?
Going for the town center, man, really.
Oh. Well, Kimo is going to as well, so he sniffed it out. And Boom Wars have begun.
Yeah, second TC for I'm a little bit surprised that Kimo's going for the left-hand side. Maybe I shouldn't be, since he's going, really investing into the hunt. I thought he'd maybe go for farms around the right-hand side with the gold mine nearby. The forest kind of blocking off that town center he's taking from the gold in the hunt. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I maybe would have expected the right-hand side, but still he's... when your opponent's going for the second town center, not that he knows that, but he's not going to face any type of pressure anytime soon, so it's going to be just fine.
Well, the relics have been revealed, Maiden. They are the arrows of the Alpha for some extra building damage. Very nice for Ra to pick that up, because most of the fighting will happen early on that's... What the hell? Whoa! We're going full Yoshi here, teleporting the laborers forward. Now those can pull out the kitchen knives and get the citizens down, but no, they're choosing to hit the settlement, and it's going to deny the archaic TC. Prometheus is not up. Can that Vadget actually snipe that citizen free health? Oh my goodness, it's gonna get away. Oh, it almost happened.
I remember we had a game like this on Watering Hole a couple of tournaments ago, didn't we? And I swear it was Kimo. Maybe Kimo was the one playing Aranos in this situation. But I swear we had an archaic town center from the Aranos player. I don't know who was playing Ra. Maybe it was actually Ulysses, or I don't know who, Tiger Boss, something like that. I can't believe that, dude. This is huge, denying that town center. All of that time for those citizens gathering. It's just gone.
This is absolutely brutal. A full-on hard counter to this, and now it's Aranos who can't really make much happen. The oracles are getting pulled in though, so I think he's looking for a punish. Oh wait, That's just the one. Nope, I'm wrong.
Wow.
The Oracle did scout it, so... Wonder if Kimo will leave here.
Yeah, dude, why is he staying there on the gold? Is he just...
It's just BM,
Okay, maybe
he's
not.
mining exactly 28 gold, and... I don't think
It was
he
an
mapped this
important
out.
28.
Don't worry.
Oh.
He's, however, looking for that villager to pick off. Where is it?
Dude, he's going for the goats.
The villager is still in the TC, so...
Yeah,
Ulysses did a good
I
job
know
keeping it alive.
Of course, he's going for the citizen, right? He's trying to finish off that citizen. But ultimately, I don't know, like he actually kills some of the goats so that they stop fattening and they start losing food. I love that, dude. I think it's hilarious.
It was a good choice. I agree with it. We also got the
Watch
Odin
it's going
Swarm
down
relic,
anyway.
by the way, for cheaper temple upgrades. Would be very nice for things like Shaduf.
Nice.
Now, Ulysses is trying to make something happen with those Murmillo and Terma, but I don't think much of anything is gonna happen there. Kimo just mined nearly it's just 420 gold basically that he mined, and
Nice.
he still got the other mine untouched, and he's just gonna walk back to it. That's crazy. And he's got the double gold mine at home, so very comfortable overall. Getting the armory up, and soon the farming will commence. It's not the most beautiful windmill or anything, but he doesn't need it. As long as you farm around 2 TCs, that's good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ulysses, I mean, he's getting some nice little bit of damage here, picking off a couple of vills, but still, with that the rain coming in, barracks up, he's gonna start producing here in a sec. I think Kimo's he's looking hot. He's looking just fine, man. Armory's coming up.
Verily, but Ulysses trying to go for 3 TCs in order to catch up with this. You think it's even possible? I mean, these farms are getting made pretty fast now with Shaduf. And thanks to the rain, the income is going to be bonkers.
I guess it's worth a shot, you know. That was a really clutch shifting sands by Kimo. It's worth a shot. What else are you going to do? There's 2 gold mines. The thing is that, well, he's got tons of food income from the farms. He's got a lot of gold options, the 2 mines in his base, plus 2 options on that forward town center. What else can you do aside from just go for a huge boom, little harassment, try and catch up on eco? I don't know. What else can Ulysses do? Full aggression? Like, would full aggression work? I don't know, man.
It's getting worse, Maiden. Kimo is back, and now he's spamming spears. He doesn't want to go heroic. He wants to shut this down.
Wow. There's so many spears. It looks like... Is it going to stop the town center?
It's enough to stop the town center. The Pharaoh is just using his machine gun, and all these Promethean are getting roasted by it. But the Pharaoh is going down now, and I'm not sure the spears are enough against that many Prometheans. Looks like Ulysses has got it.
Wow. Wow, they were medium spears as well. Wow, wow, that was so close, man.
He's getting a leather frame shield. What?
Yes, I love it, dude. I love it.
It's a nice upgrade, but what?
It costs wood. How much wood does it cost? It's like 200 wood and some favor or something like that. I can't quite remember.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check. 200 wood, 20 favor. 20 favor is a lot. And like its effect is just the same as the normal shield upgrades.
Still, it's not like he needs a lot of wood right now. We got the counterattack on the TC. Kimo's going for a 3rd town center. Ulysses says,
This is a much better army to prevent the town center with, because the Prometheans actually have a little bit of crush damage to them.
Yeah. Priests are coming in, though. That is a lot of spears, dude. A lot of they're medium spears as well. Priests coming in for the Prometheans. I think the town center's ultimately going up, but it was a delay. He got the delay.
Yeah, but Yuli's army is actually getting evaporated, so Kimo's holding it with minimal damage.
Yeah. Jeez, look at all these spears, man. They're
That's
little
a lot.
devils, dude.
And they can almost keep up with these Terma, that's the crazy part. If you abuse their formation movement, they can actually catch up.
Wow. Like what? Like doing spread, box, spread, like box, like how?
It's the speed walking. So when you have
Oh, yeah.
guys ahead of the rest, then trying to fix that composition has the bad guys running faster to the average position of the target. So of the group, sorry.
Yeah.
So they run faster than the normal speed allows.
Another little raid here. Okay. We got Sekhmet coming in for Kimo. He just barely clicked up, losing some villagers. Okay.
Well, without any Chiral Ballista, these Terma and Murmillo won't really be able to fight this directly. If there had been medium Murmillo and Prometheans, it would be a super different story. But now Kimo is going up to Sekhmet, Ulysses to Thea. Actually, it's a fairly even game, all things considered. You know, Ulysses has reached his villager limit, so he no longer needs to spend on that.
I'd say he's still in this game, man. I mean, Sekhmet's going to come in just a little bit earlier than Thea, but I think he's definitely still in this game. I think Kimo definitely has pretty decent gold options. Like on the right, since he already has his 3 town centers, lots of villagers. Right side gold mine, left side he has the 2 options. I don't know. What is Ulysses going to do? Well, what's his follow-up going to be with his heroic age?
Looks like he just got signal fires? Yes.
Okay, just in
That's
case.
neat.
Just in case.
It's gonna help a lot against the raids, so I really like that actually. Will he just slap down a market and go mythic, I wonder? Yes, that's exactly it.
There's a market, yeah, okay.
You're not gonna stop Kimo gold mining, that's just not happening, so you have to find a way to push in and to weaken a town center first. I believe that is the move right now.
There are spears all over the place, man. All over the place.
It's the only unit you need. Today we learned.
Citadel going up on that right side TC. I was gonna say if he goes like up through Hecate, which he is, she's quarter of the way there. If he goes up through Hecate, you know, that'll give him, if he uses the Tartarian Gate in the base of Kimo, that gives him an opportunity to push on one of the forward town centers. I was gonna say the right side TC is a little bit more vulnerable. Not anymore, since it's stronger with the Citadel TC now.
It's about to be a fortified Citadel too. Although if you take that thing down, it's a big loss. Provides 10 population, so you don't want to lose that. Which is why people often would put it in the safest spot, the home base, but not Kimo. He's very confident about keeping it and holding on and making something happen with double-pronged raids, while also teching up himself to Osiris. Very interesting.
Man, I think Ulysses is still in this, but Osiris coming in, that's really big for Kimo, man. Again, he's got so many different gold options, all of his town centers, a decent number of production buildings all around the map. I think Kimo's doing A-okay. It'll be interesting to see what Ulysses does against Osiris.
I agree. There's currently no upgrades as far as I can see for the army, but Tartarian Gate is in. Kimo's gonna have to handle this with villagers, most likely. Which are nearby, so shouldn't be a big challenge, but it does slow him down.
He also has Skin of the Rhino, so those villagers are a little bit tougher to kill. They're a little bit beefier. Oh, and the Scarab play, dude!
He prepared them. He held them back for just this.
Oh, nice! Okay, good shockwave, but yeah,
trying to keep it alive, but meanwhile the Tartarians are tearing up Kimo's villagers. As nice as this play is, it's not gonna go without damage. I really like it though. It's a good idea.
Where's the boy? There's the boy! Son of
We've got
Osiris,
bird
baby.
brain.
Okay, so what's the follow-up for Ulysses? He's got a palace on the right-hand side, going for some, what are they called? Fire siphons.
That's good.
Dude, both these guys have buildings all over the place. Who has the better eco, I guess?
The palace
Who can
isn't
spam
very
better?
close by, so it will take time to push up there. And, you know, you
Yeah.
put bird brain next to the citadel, it's going to be actually really difficult to attack it, because you got a garrison point for him.
Yeah. Ulysses is going for it, man. He's going for it. He's not just keeling over and dying after that shifting sands on the town center. He's going for it, dude.
Exactly, the destroyers are now going to be targeted down by Son of Osiris. 60 pierce, hack attack on their only 30% armor. That's gonna be ugly, and they're going down. That said, the Siphon did some good damage. However, the Siege Tower would slap it real good. Don't wanna let that happen. The Siphons just don't have the crush armor to sustain the combat there. Mummy getting off a third conversion, I believe, now. Bird beats
Son of
bird.
Osiris, man. Bird meets bird, dude. What does Ulysses do against Son of Osiris, man? He's got 3 siege towers there for the quick garrison. Kimo's good enough with Son of Osiris, dude. That guy's having a heart attack right now. He's so excited about this game. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I'm excited too.
He's all giddy about it. Love it.
Ooh, just can't wait.
Alright, the Fanatics are a game changer here, though. Delivering some pretty good damage against the siege towers, and the siege tower now being used as a garrison point. Arcus are a very nice counter to Son of Osiris because they outrange him, actually. 20
They
to
do,
18.
20 range. Yeah. Still, the extra 10 population for Kimo, both of them are on fortified TC, so that's 160 to 170. I guess the Arcus, man, they're good snipers. We saw them sniping citizens like crazy earlier today.
We're on the other side of the map, though. We've used teleportation technology. We have the technology. Respect.
Nice. Sky passages, man.
Son of Osiris getting targeted down by just a handful of Arcus to not attract too much attention, but Kimo is looking. He's not gonna let this happen. That said, this is enough defenses to really hold there. There are mercs for the fire siphons. They can certainly deal with this. But now Ulysses has the mobility. He can potentially push in more and keep this going.
This Sky Passage play is sick, man. I watched the game last
I love
night,
it.
more playing against Eric. We don't see enough Sky Passage play from Aranos players, man. I shouldn't say that because I wouldn't want to play against it, but dude, it's sick.
Careful what you wish for, indeed. But it is fun to watch.
Ah, that's so sick, man.
Okay, Kimo is now getting dryads. This is the point where you should be really worried. He already has mercs at home, but now he has mercs in Ulysses' base. That's not good.
This is weird, man. This is weird. Like, he's kind of taken some. I don't know what to think about this game, man. Ulysses is looking good. Like, even though Kimo has Son of Osiris, I think Ulysses is looking really good here, man. It's going to be really hard for him to end this game, just because there's still so much gold on the map. You know, Son of Osiris, the Citadel, blah blah blah. But still, Ulysses is looking really good. Kimo is going to have to work for this win.
You said blah 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 too, yes.
Yada yada blah. Dude, that's just part of my vernacular, man. These things are witchamabuckets and thingamajigs and blah blahs and yodios and ya.
I like to watch him a bucket. Nobody else says that.
Okay. Architects is in for Ulysses. Okay, that's sick. There's a catapult on his right side town center that's almost dead. There it goes. Okay.
The Arcus of all things. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Oh,
sad.
dude, Son of Osiris!
Ooh.
Where's the Arcus? The snipers!
They turned into heroes to handle the scarab situation, which is gonna be fine. We have lampade bombs at home. Be careful with that scarab blood, man. It's free scarabs will delete your Arcus.
Woo!
Ooh,
Okay,
they're getting weak. Good retreat on that Son of Osiris, getting it in just in time. The Dryad goes down, but the Catapult is super weak. This is a good time to try to snipe it. I guess the Fire Siphon can do it. It moves out of the way, though. You can just about dodge the shot. Titan Gate.
You did Son of Osiris and the Titan Gate all at the same time. Kimo is playing this close, man. 68 HP left in that witchmabucket. The son of Osiris. What's his bucket?
Villagers against Fire Siphons. These are now Engineers Fire Siphons, by the way, so they have their 69 crush attack. Nice.
Nice. Dude, the Titan Gate is going up, man. How many citizens? 8 citizens and a hero citizen. Do you think Kimo doesn't have a rock to, like, zip in there really quickly?
No.
What is he gonna do?
He's gonna have to probably just face it. The Son of Osiris is toast. He walked into TC range. Oh, I hate it. Oh no. Guys, when you have a weak Son of Osiris, it's 0 pop. Please save it for empowerment. It's such a useful tool. Anyways, the push is not dead, you know? Like, the Scarab is still threatening. Ulysses is forced to use Arcus Heroes, and the Mercs mean business too. But this Titan Gate, this is terrifying. The Siphons have cleared up the gold mine area, and there's now not that many gold mines available for Kimo, but he's still got a good amount. The Arcus...
There's the right side gold mine for Kimo, sorry.
Yes. He's cleaning up Uly's, though. Uly's defense is not looking as good as Kimo's, so it's really that Titan that will have to change this situation up. The villagers are trying to repair. The catapult might be able to take down the TC. Oh
my god. Kimo's has Dryads on the right-hand side, taking the ballast down. Ouch, that had to hurt, dude. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Ooh.
What is going on with the Sky Passage? It had really bad weather over it for a second, but it's gone.
It has its own weather. Dude, I think that town center might be going down, man. Are you kidding me? The Dryads are coming in?
Yeah, the villagers... Uly is out of resources he can't repair.
Are you kidding me? He's got Mythic Rejuvenation coming in for the Titan. The Titan Gate is coming up, but still, he's going to lose that town center.
And we have 2 Lampades. You know what that means? I'm kidding. He's never going to do it. But he's gonna get a lot of value from the specials. I'm sure he knows about it by now. Come on.
Dude.
Come on, maiden.
Come on, man. There's the Titan. Yeah, he had 14 citizens on that Titan.
That's a lot of citizens. That's his entire economy, basically. Uly is still gathering good amounts of gold. His trade has been picked off, however. These villagers are shooting up that TC in absolutely no time. The Arcus have got to get on the job. The Titan will be too late. I guess he can just slap it down, but... it's not the ideal case.
Those Dryads are huge. Though I'm not even joking. Those Dryads, I think that those Dryads helped Kimo get that town center right there. Imagine if he didn't have those Dryads. He would still have a palace up. Ulysses maybe could make a couple of Dryads. He didn't have resources.
I mean, you're certainly right. He's getting a lot from the path blocking. It's a good thing for Ulysses that the Dryads now don't have bonus damage against Myth units or the Titan.
Ooh.
That would be something, but it's not the case. Everybody chill.
Hey, he's gonna get the town center back, I suppose, or take it down for Kimo.
Oh, question in the chat. Do you need 3 Lampades for Ravils? Yes, yes you do. Absolutely right.
Oh my god, man. Dude, left-hand side, Ulysses is almost out of gold. All of the rest of the gold is on the right side of the map, which is, you know, unbelievable.
That little gold he could still gather. The Mercs are denying it, saying no.
Yeah. Who has the advantage in this game, man? Kimo's got the more stable economy, but Ulysses has a Titan.
Yeah, the move for Yuli now is to jump between the town center, slap down the citadel. You know, it's already hurt. It's never been repaired.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that, to be fair. But the citadel is the target for sure. There's no way.
Yeah.
Taking away that 10 pop will be huge.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's nothing to stop him. There's no buildings being made to block. A bunch of priests are running after, and the other answer to the Titan would be actually siege towers, because they have free projectiles, so they hurt the Titan quite a bit like that. But yeah, this citadel is going down, but meanwhile Kimo is recapturing this town center, which is a pretty good play. He's constantly auto-queuing those dryads, not allowing them to run out.
That is so clutch, man. That is so clutch. Those dryads are going to completely... they already have, but they're completely changing this game, man. Ulysses doesn't have gold anymore, man. He has a Titan, but no gold.
Yeah, it's all up to the Titan now to make something happen. Maybe he can slap down these villagers. They're actually rather susceptible to damage from this thing.
Yeah.
But no, he's just gonna run between the TCs. Honestly, if Kimo has a big enough trade and it's empowered, I think he is empowering it. I think this is a good enough solution to this problem. Just make the Titan run around, keep remaking the TC, shoot it with like 1 or 2 units, whatever. Meanwhile, out on the map, he's got enough control.
Remember, though, he does have Mythic Rejuvenation, so
True.
he needs to have enough units attacking the Titan to eventually take it down. Dude, look at Kimo's economy. He is doing A-okay.
He rich, he loaded. Please slap the Vills. Yep.
Nice.
Do it again. No? Okay.
Titan Bomb.
Titan Bomb. It's just what we need.
Man, okay, so in my opinion, I think Ulysses would be just fine if he had a big gold mine, or if he had a trade route or something. But he doesn't have trade, he doesn't have map control, he doesn't have a gold mine. He pretty much only has a Titan and a ball of Arcus. I think Kimo's looking sick here, man.
Yeah, for sure. The Titan, I mean, it took down the TC. It's back up already. Now going for the next one, taking out the trade TC. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, but also Kimo is swimming in resources. He's 180 pop. He's just getting the armory upgrades behind this. He don't care. Funnily, his axemen are still medium. I'm not quite sure why he is making them, because there's no infantry. Ought to stop that.
Auto queue, baby. Hello. Dude, I think Kimo's taking this game, man.
It really looks
There's
like
so
it.
many... Yeah. There's so many town centers. Like, it just takes time for the Titan to walk around and take down the town centers. You can fix your trade and go, like, from side to side to the different TCs. It's just... Oh my god. I don't... What can Ulysses do? Like, like I said, he doesn't have gold. What can he do here? What can he do here?
Lampade bombs. I'll stop now. I'll stop. I'm done.
One can hope. We could see Titan bombs, man. Like, if we get a bunch of villas around a town center again, that's like the closest bomb we're getting, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Trying to take down the villas that are rebuilding, I think, is a big play. If Kimo runs out of villagers like that, like, a handful of hits from the Titan will kill 10 villagers at a time if they're clumped up like before. That is a play. Just need to hold on now, and that's a tall order considering that war elephants, scarabs, and catapults are being made in this push. Lampade some nice counters to that, though.
I guess, yeah. He's just barely holding on, though, dude. He's just barely holding on. So, yeah, like the town center's down, whatever. I'm still +1 TC, right? So if one town center goes down at a time, it's no problemo. That Titan is 20 pop. Like, don't forget about that. The Titan is 20 pop. So if you take down one TC, it's like, it just can't, they essentially cancel each other out.
And Egypt can kind of take it because you got all these long-range mercs once you have the gold, which isn't right now. The caravan's actually heading back. Would you even consider making a market in the middle of the map here with the push? Just
Maybe.
really show your dominance? I don't know.
Dude, sometimes that's like the most efficient trade route you can get, is have like a weird market placement like in the middle or in like in the forward, you know, with your forward buildings or something. It can work, man. It can work.
Well, Kimo is on
Bro.
above 2,000 gold. That's absolutely nasty. I don't think Ulysses can stop him. This is really looking to me like we are gonna see a 3-1. He's building a big doll in his face, man. Kimo's confident. I can't actually do it there, but a little bit back. And then it's fine.
He's got gold to spare, man. He's flexing that gold, that fat wallet, compared to Ulysses, who is strapped for cash. There it is. Wow. Wow. Wow.
And that was just super solid fundamentals from Kimo. He made everything happen that he needed to. The early game with that shifting stance absolutely sealed the deal already, but Ulysses fought back, man, and he made a game out of it. You gotta give the man props for that.
Whoa. Oh, I'm giving him props like crazy. You think that's sealed? Okay. I think that Ulysses made an incredible comeback after his archaic town center got denied. If anything, he was... In fact, can I tell you something? I think the Titan was a mistake.
Okay. You think he had momentum already?
Yes! He was pushing on the left side, he was holding on the right side and slowly killing Son of Osiris. He was doing fine. And then he invested, what was it? It was like 18 or 14 or whatever citizens into building the Titan Gate. His resources dropped. He couldn't repair his town center. He couldn't afford dryads. He couldn't afford units. Boom! Kimo takes that right hand TC. All of the momentum. All the momentum. It's like a panic Ragnarok where, you know, it's like a panic Ragnarok where Ragnarok actually kills you. It's like, you know, it's like suicide. The Ragnarok suicides instead of actually giving you the game. Dude, I think the Titan was a mistake. Seriously.
Yeah, good points. Good points. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the very last game of this series as we're in game 5 and Kimo just needs one more point to win. Can this man in the blue color do it? For the third time, it's Ulysses as Aranos. Wow. He's putting all his eggs in the Aranos basket. Interesting.
Third time's the charm, baby. Third time's the charm. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll see. Right hand side, the bottom hand side. The bottom hand side, we got Kimo playing Hades in the red. So we're going back to Hades against Atlantean. He played Hades on, what's it called? On Midgard. So he's going back to Hades, and Ulysses going back to Aranos. Hey, what do you think? Okay, here's my first thought. If you're looking at Kimo's base, he's got a sick back gold mine. Super sick back gold mine.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
that forward gold mine. That forward gold mine's sketchy. It's a little protected by the wood line, and there's sentinels that he could use eventually. That's maybe a little pressure point for Ulysses to hit. Maybe.
Yes, but if you're Kimo, I believe he's not doing it. I believe the mission should be to start on the front mine and to go back to the back mine later. That way you save a little bit of time for yourself. You can come back and chill out in the back where it's secure. And then when you have more army, you can once again go forward. Second gold mine situation is not that bad though, as if you get that TC to the right, Sentinel will once again guard that big gold mine.
But it's right next to the ice.
It is.
Gold mines are tough to protect when they're on the ice like that.
It is. You're right. It could go either way, really. It's a very aggressive map, and there's not a lot of food, so Greek generally isn't doing so hot here. Some of the spawns, however, of Ghost Lake sport a good amount of boar, as well as sometimes the caribou spawn in big flocks. Not this time. This is rather limited.
Let's see. Do both? Okay, well, so both players start with 2 Aurochs, which is decent. Then you're in the starting base. Kimo's just taking his second one right now. So 2 Aurochs plus 2 Caribou patches. The Caribou patches aren't very big, like 4. You can see 4 on the left-hand side. I presume there's probably 4-ish on the right-hand side. I don't know if Kimo sees that over on the right-hand side in front of his town center. So I mean, there is hunt options, but it's super exposed. That's not secure at all over there.
Yeah. Even
There's
the
options,
polar
man.
bears to buff it up a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking Hades against Aranos. I'm thinking Momo style here, man. I'm thinking Momo style. Momo's got the BD energy, and he goes for the instant 2TC very often against Aranos, which is decent. I mean, it's decent when you can make it work. And since he has, how many goats does he have? He has 8-ish goats. He has 8 goats, which is something decent. I mean, we've talked about the gold mines, sentinels, etc. I don't know. I think it's maybe doable going for a 2TC play. Kimo's, not shy going for a second town center. I don't know. What do you think? You think Momo style is an option here for Kimo? Is he maybe going hop hip to defend early?
I'm not sure he has the goat numbers, dude. Look at Ulysses' base 17 goats. That is disgusting. It's a whole herd there.
Plus 2 more on the left-hand side coming in.
Oh, seriously? Wow, man.
Yeah.
That is bonkers.
Plus another on the right-hand side.
And he's scouting on the far side with one.
Wow.
Dude, that is busted. Kimo's got to be kicking himself for not going to the middle fast. Oh.
If you want Ulysses to win, and if you want this to go the full series, that's good news for the viewers, huh?
Yes. True. I shouldn't complain.
Games, come on.
The gods of fortune have smiled upon Ulysses, finally.
Yeah.
Is a way that we could put it, and we forgot the Twitch predictions. Sorry, everyone, fixing. Here you go. Do the thing.
Well, okay, so talking about a second TC play, I think that's exactly what we're going to see. We got Kimo with 6 villagers on gold, and he's got some wood chappas over on that left-hand side right by the town center. I think he's maybe going to get like his heroes out first and then go for the town center just a smidge later, maybe. I know he's got Ajax out already. Does he have Odysseus coming out of his Chiron coming out?
Yes, it's about to pop out. The villagers are now being threatened by the speedy boys. But there's more than enough stuff around here to defend.
All right, there we go. Where relic is that Ajax is holding?
That is the Ring of the Nibelung. A little bit of free gold income. As for the other one, has it not been uncovered? What's going on here?
Yeah, I don't. I was just looking. I don't see it.
Because Yuri doesn't have it.
Yeah.
It must be one of these little dark patches then.
Yeah. Dude, is this town center gonna be denied? Are you kidding me?
Ooh, it's possible. Look, the units are out of position. Chiron and the Minotaur just chilling over there. 2 villagers at least getting killed. Moving on to the weak ones. 3 kills! Shockwave, get out of here! No way.
Are you kidding me? He's still going for the town center. What are you doing?
Oh no! That is a disaster, pulling 7 more villagers into this now. The Chiron and Minotaur are changing the dynamics of this a little bit, and the TC will be completed. But at what cost? That's a great cost right there, and not in a good way. Oh. That is 6 villagers killed, Maiden. This is an absolute disaster. Chiron's dead. Sorry, Chiron's still alive. He only died in the campaign. The Minotaur's dead. Ajax is dead. And the Aranos flood is continuing.
Oh. Whew. Oh, dude, I'm in shock right now. That was a catastrophe. That was a catastrophe. He delayed his town center just a smidgen because he spent the wood to get Chiron out, right? He delayed it just a smidgen. And that was catastrophic, man. That was catastrophic. Now he's gonna lose more vills. Oh!
Another pick off. This is a disaster.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. That completely mitigates the town center for, several minutes. Now Ulysses has taken a town center of his own. He's getting ready to take maybe a third TC on the left-hand side. Maybe eventually soon. Unbelievable, dude. This is huge for Ulysses. If you're rooting for Ulysses, people...
This is your time.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah, now let's see if Kimo can do his classic walling techniques. He's already got the funniest 4 tower wall pieces I've ever seen, but they're actually blocking the path pretty good there to the tower. So this might actually be the better way to do it. Let's see what happens with it. Anyways, if he keeps layering on, it's possible he can delay Ulysses enough. But I think Ulysses should really just boom and go heroic and come back later with a better army and then gold starve. It's a very viable way to go. But with Kimo having 2 gold mines at home, can't we just go for Mythic?
I think that would be tough, man. Maybe if he plays ultra defensive, maybe going Mythic, maybe for some Earthquake Chimera bullshit.
You see,
that's possible.
He's not been making stuff. Now he's starting hoplites. So I guess he changed his mind now that he saw that, Ulysses is gonna finish up his 3 TCs. And then he also changes gear into spam. Needs to be met by Kimo somehow. Yeah, he's gonna have to farm transition now. Getting plow. Okay, that's expensive business. The goats are down. And this is why it's a problem to lose that many villagers, because you get met with the farm transition. The toughest time to be a Greek player, if you're not already significantly ahead by now. If you're behind, the farm transition is absolute killer.
Yeah. Well, okay, I mean, ultimately, he has 2 town centers. Greek units are strong. He has the 2 town centers. He's dropping some farms, so, he's got the 2 gold mines in his base, sentinels, blah, blah, blah. So the game ain't over, but wow, Ulysses is on 3 town centers. He's got map control. He's got lots of units. Ulysses is looking sick, man. Game ain't over. You never know what's going to happen, what Kimo can pull off. But, wow. Boom. Fill down. Boom. Fill down. Boom. Fill down.
3 kills
What?
just with that little group? Oh my goodness. This is getting worse and worse for Kimo. Looks like Ulysses has really got this under control. There's not much to say about that. He really has it under control and he can do whatever he wants, it seems, including a 4th town center. Oh, what's the count on the villager kills? I wish we had the extended edition interface now so that we could check.
Yeah.
That would be nice, but it must be a lot. It must be like 15? Something like that. Oh, nice garrison.
I think it's minimum 10 because he just lost the 3 on the gold mine, and then I think he lost 7-ish. Now that's at least 11, 12 at least now. At least 12, man. Wow. What's your opinion on that, on taking the 4th town center, taking the forward town center of Kimo?
Well,
is that
Ulysses has the wood and gold, and he's almost at the citizen limits, so I actually approve, because it will just grow his army. It will delay his siege up time.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It's going to be sick, but like there's gold in Kimo's base. That's what I'm thinking of, is that ultimately the classical army maybe a little bit sketchy as time goes on. So getting a decent heroic timing into Mythic, definitely going to be nice. I don't know. I don't know. 4 to 2 TCs, that's huge at this point in the game, but still.
Another great conversation has occurred in the chat. How is Chiron so fast? He has 4 legs and 1 horsepower. Oh my god.
Twitch chat never fails, man.
What would we do without them? Prometheans are getting added in. That's a very important frontline unit here. The Shockwave is once again going to ruin Kimo's day, but he's got Restoration.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the God Rays are rather helpful here, but bear in mind these are basic Hoplites, basic Hippicons, going up against now medium Murmillo, which are way stronger. And Ulysses is ready to go heroic. As I said, max villagers.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair, dude. That's fair. Did he? I wonder if he paused. He's at 148 out of 160. It seems like he paused his production just for a second to get heroic. I think that's a good move, dude. I think it's a good move. We got the boys coming in, dude. Woo! The boys hath been pulled. That TC's going up, down, it looks like.
The boys are also hitting the tower, which they have bonus damage against. The TC is certainly going down. You're absolutely correct about this. Kimo has sort of a defender's advantage, but not that much of one, because Ulysses also built here. No one's repairing the TC, which, in my opinion, is a mistake. Kimo's only on 60 vills, the more and more stuff is going down.
Dude, there's a bunch of talks and a handful of Terma. The TC is... Okay, TC's down. Whew. What a play by Kimo, man. What a play by Kimo, and there's heroic. Whew.
Well, I'll tell you this, Maiden.
Tell me.
The TC forced a lot of villager idle time and killed several.
Yes.
I think that alone paid for itself.
That's a very good point, yeah. You didn't just, you know, if Ulysses did not take the town center and he just jumped straight heroic, he would have been heroic just a little bit earlier, maybe, but still, yeah. Forcing Kimo to come and take down the TC, that's value in and of itself. That's tempered, baby.
Bird
Dude,
is
the myth units here are huge. The bird is a word, baby.
However,
the trees are the word, too.
Yeah, but Ulysses is once again putting this Hesperides tree up front. Could that backfire one day? Remains to be seen. For now, Kimo's only relying on Tuxodes, and that's not gonna fly well.
I think in this context, I like the forward-ish Hesperides tree. I like it because I think that he's so far ahead. He's so far ahead that it's you know, you want to get the Dryads into the mix immediately. Boom! Pays off. Whew!
Hell yeah, that's a 3-2. Ulysses very close to equalizing the series. He's still got ways to go, but beautiful job here, stopping Kimo's classical HTC. Then claiming complete map control and just massacring those vills left and right. Economy-wise, this was a massive lead. 5,000 resources plus as a lead for him. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Marsh. Game numero 6. This is gonna be potentially the last game again, because this man in the blue color playing a set is up already. 3-2. It's a terrifying position to be against him. His set is so good here too.
I like this, man. I like the set pick. Set's really strong. I know I was talking about High Hunt and Norse potential, but I like the set play for sure, man. Set's really scary if you can get enough conversions of the animals. Anyways, he's going up against Ulysses. Ulysses going back to Zeus. I like this pick, man. I like this pick. Like I said earlier on Medit, Ulysses really hit the competitive, top-level competitive scene hard with Zeus. Really good Zeus player. I like this pick, man. I like this pick. With Bolt, with strong early heroes, I think there's a lot of potential for Zeus to handle Set. I wonder if Ulysses expected Set. I don't think he really... I bet he didn't really think Kimo would go for Norse. He'd already played Isis and Ra. So I think that Ulysses probably predicted Set, honestly, with the Marsh pick. So I think it's a good pick by Ulysses going for Zeus here. He's nice and comfortable. I think Zeus pretty decent. Yeah. Does pretty decent against Set, so I think he's going to be doing just fine here. Kind of depends on the hunt placement though.
I think one thing that Zeus really likes hunting for is the Priest Bolt, which didn't happen here so far and probably won't happen.
Good call. Yeah, true. Ooh, that's a good call, yeah. His scout is nowhere near that priest, man. Way over on that left-hand side.
But
anyway, speaking about
hunts, so certainly it's gonna involve the elements about the watering hole that we just talked for an eternity about in the break. And like watering hole and marsh are actually not that different, Maiden, I must say. What's the big difference? There's 4 relics here. You're not guaranteed to have water on both sides, and potentially I think the rush distance is smaller on marsh, but that's it.
Well, I think that the biggest difference is the amount of hunt is a little bit more reliable on marsh, I think. Like if you just look at Ulysses and in front of his base, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got 11 dadgum boars all sitting around one granary. You know, there's so many boars that usually spawn, or aurochs, right next to town centers. So I think that it plays very different, because taking a middle town center can be very, very strong, because you can just lure in. You know, there's often so much hunt by the middle TCs. That's not often the case. Sometimes on watering hole, but that's not often the case. On watering hole, you usually see players go, if they go for, you know, second town centers, it's going to be for a back TC. So I think it plays very different in that regard, and also it's a lot more open. Like sometimes you'll see in marshes these days, you'll see maybe one side blocked off by water, like on this map, but it's a very open map these days. It's pretty open in my opinion. Kind of a weird mix between super high hunt savanna and watering hole, I guess.
Meanwhile, once again, I skillfully forgot the predictions, so here we go, chat. Sorry for the still camera, YouTube. Anyways, the Fetters of Fenrir getting picked up here by the priest would be a nice relic against all these boars. Maybe the boar actually can protect against the scout, but here's the Jason.
Dude.
Ooh, with the little path blocking, this can be done. Ulysses, he's making it happen. The priest is going down. The relic now belongs to our Greek player. Gotta escape the Zudo.
Wait. Does the Fetters of Fenrir, does that work against converted units? The like animals of Set?
I am fairly certain it does.
Right? Like, that could be pretty, like, it's going to take time for him to garrison it back. Jason's just going to be a G and try and fight against all these animals, but still.
Because what it does...
That could be huge, dude.
Is it's 250 villager pierce damage flat out, and they only use that on animals. They use that on set animals, so they'll one-shot boars and whatnot. It's epic, actually.
Oh, dude, that is huge. I mean, like, the animals are just dying against Jason and the Centaur, but still, that's... Okay, fine. We're not going to see any, like, shifting sands play onto, you know, aggressive shifting sands and whatnot. So that was really nice play by Ulysses, getting the Jason forward, his advance time, picking off the priest, blah, blah, blah. Very nice by Ulysses.
Oh, 2 relics then. Anvil of Hephaestus as well, which will be a very nice little boost to our Greek player, especially if we're going Mythic, and this matchup very often does go Mythic. So having both Forge of Olympus and the Anvil of Hephaestus, that's a whole lot of armory business. Would be a 60% discount.
Can you check the relics? I think Kimo got a couple of relics himself. I can't see what's inside of the temple.
Yeah,
though.
sorry. It's the Bow of Artemis, which is Archer cost reductions. Funnily enough, it doesn't affect the Vadget. Is that something that should change? Probably. I think on
what's a myth unit?
Extended edition it does. Yeah, but it also affects trolls and centaurs, you see.
Ah, okay. Well, then it should affect.
I think on extended edition this was actually something that I might have changed. Yeah. And then the armor of Achilles for. Oh, there's no trap.
Shifting sands.
Yeah, the armor of Achilles is hack armor for infantry, but maybe Jason goes down. Yeah, okay. It's not that big of a deal, man. This is
Yeah.
not a good use of shifting sands. I much preferred the other games where, like, we were stopping town centers and you can always shift a bigger army later onto a resource spot and just annihilate the economy there. Or you can wait for siege to do that in the later game. There's gotta be better uses than killing one hero.
Well, he did save the hunters on the right-hand side, which is why he shifted initially, but they're just getting hit right away, so I don't know if the value was there.
Yeah. Yeah, because they just went right back with more stuff, so the villagers are still gonna go down. If Kimo had walked away from the hunt, then maybe. But I really like the Hippicon and took Sodi's mix here, not going for any centaur shenanigans. It's usually not worth it against Egypt. Get the TC, get Hippicon talks, make the unit power levels work for you.
Yeah. I think that was a nice, honestly, I think Ulysses is looking great so far. He's got good relics, good pressure, just picked off a couple of villagers there. He prevented shifting sands from being used aggressively. I think Ulysses is looking sick here. He's got plenty of hunt options, forward town center, etc. Sure, Kimo did take his back TC as well, so he's up onto 3 town centers. He's gonna have a nice little eco, some eco action going with his with a higher Vil count. But the Greek military units are stronger. So like you see right now, he's pushing into this hunt spot right here. He can do some damage, maybe.
Yeah, man, even just picking off a handful of spears is totally worth it, and the Tuxodis certainly can do that. The villagers are idle, the pharaoh gets bolted, and we got medium cavalry now. These Hippicons are a little bit chunkier and more Chad-like, picking off a lot of villagers. The slingers have got no business to do with the Hippicons for sure.
Dude, what is this? What is this?
It's a disaster, is what this is. Ulysses was behind in villagers. Well, no more. No more of that. And that's a lot of idle time as well to think about. So I like our Greek player situation all of a sudden.
Bro, Ulysses is just looking better and better in this game. He's floating a good. Just kidding. I was looking at the wrong. Okay, maybe not floating all that many resources, but he's got a lot of pigs. Got a lot of. Which member? What's it called? A lot of hunt. A lot of pigs. Good looking army. Medium hips. He's going aggressive here. Like he's not. Kimo's the one. He's putting the pressure on Kimo. I think Ulysses is looking great here. Of course, Kimo's just fine, man. He's got the 3 town centers. He's got some military buildings. He's just fine, but. I don't know, man. I think Ulysses is looking really good here. The later this game goes, Set doesn't have the scariest late game in the world, and Ulysses with the Anvil of Hephaestus.
Yeah, man.
Zeus late game.
You've got a really nice tornado push, definitely with Set, and like the immediate follow up to that is super nice as well with catapults and Avengers. That can be scary, but if Zeus really sets up what you do about the Colossus, really there's only so many options you've got.
Very true, man. Very true.
One thing going for Kimo though is a free town center, so he's producing those villagers at a pretty good pace right now. I like that a lot. And he's still cutting ahead of Ulysses somehow.
Yeah, I mean, he's ahead of Ulysses by 7 vills right now, but still, the army is just so much weaker at this point in time. The army's so much... I don't know. I think right now it's very even. I think that Kimo needs to make something happen. I think the game's pretty even right now, but Kimo needs to make something happen. Otherwise, Zeus late game is just gonna take over eventually. So I think you're right about the timing attack with Tornado. You can't do that with the Ancestors because it just has ceasefire.
Yeah, it's not terribly threatening. You gotta build enough buildings around these front TCs to avoid Tornado being a completely devastating god power. There's certainly time for that. No worries. Kimo is nearly ready to go heroic, man. His villager number will reach max and he no longer needs to buy villagers. All that food income will actually go into the military, upgrades, whatnot. So that's starting to be pretty good. He's got the medium spears and the medium slings.
Okay.
It's a lot more doable than before. I like the high spear count. That will sort of deal with the Hippicons. The Hippicons are super strong, so Gotta
Yeah.
be careful there, but it seems to be a-okay. A Greek player certainly didn't
Okay.
want that trade.
Yeah, that was a little awkward, man. That was a nice engagement from Kimo. Good micro on his slingers, getting his slingers onto the talks right away.
Because look, Kimo, he's going heroic right now, right? He will replace this with better units. That's the most important part of this. He doesn't care about these Rex units. He's not attached. Ulysses and those Hippicons, they're besties. He does not want to lose them. They're gonna be so valuable later. But now that like 10 of them have gone down, his heavy cavalry push is just not gonna be as powerful, and he's delaying his heroic. I think Kimo has made the comeback happen.
Yeah. Ulysses, speaking of, delaying his heroic, he took a third town center. Ulysses took that back TC. So it opens up his pop space. I mean, it's okay, it's nice. But he's already up on the Vil limit.
And, we're focusing on this fight right now, at least in terms of my point of view, but meanwhile, Kimo is just getting all these economic upgrades that Ulysses can't get because, well, he's in the classical age. Irrigation? Don't think so.
Yeah.
He's out there
The heavy
hunting.
spears are coming in.
That makes him susceptible to pressure. The second gold mine, sorry, this is a forward gold mine, so that's actually the third. It's not devastating to have the Migdal here, but it's a good basis to push from.
Yep. Exactly. I love the forward Migdal, man. It's kind of in an awkward spot around that tree line, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it there. Denying the gold mine sets him up for a nice push. I like it, dude. And there's the siege works behind it to follow it up as well. I like it, man. I like it.
We have confirmation from Soup that after his series he will have to sleep, so that means we have confirmation that we gotta delay the bronze and the finals to another day, which is fine. That we kind of suspected it will happen. The series would have to be short for it all to be in one day.
Yeah.
But we're flexible.
Well, okay, so Apollo is coming in. Horus is coming in, dude. Kimo clicks up Horus. Remember, there's ceasefire, so that town center almost certainly going down, but there's ceasefire to take it back after the tornado. I presume the tornado is going to happen on the forward TC.
Yes, and Ulysses is not prepared. We briefly mentioned this before. He will need more stuff around here and Masons ideally to actually shut it down. It looks like Ulysses wants an instant mythic jump, but if he goes to face this, that needs time to pay off. To get in all those upgrades and whatnot. It takes time.
Yeah. He just made it up through Apollo, so that's something. Instant market on the right-hand side, rushing it up with 5 Vils, okay. He's gotta know that, what's it called, Tornado is coming in.
Yeah, once it's clicked, it's too late. It doesn't matter if you try to add in buildings. It's very troublesome. Ulysses is still hunting, and it's gonna be Hephaestus. Look at Kimo's upgrades. He's getting everything known to man under the sun. Heavy chariots, 45 times in the quarry, bow saw, bronze shields. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be massively better civilization here. The tornado even hits the army. Oh, all the Toxotes are gone, maiden. Will the tornado spray from the TC or what?
What?
It's...
Oh!
It's going the wrong way. He's gonna save it with villagers. He's got masons as well, so that helped. OMG.
OMG, but, okay, fine. Ceasefire saves the town center, but there's ancestors that's going to be coming in right now. And that would maybe be okay if Ulysses was already mythic, already getting the armory upgrades for really strong, a strong military, but I mean, he's 70% Hephaestus. It's going to take time for that to really hit. This is a time for Kimo to push, get into a nice position, and prevent Ulysses from coming back into this game.
Hard agree, my good sir. This is the time to strike.
Yeah.
They are still medium Hippicon, however. If those were heavy, we'd be talking, I think. I like a lot that we've got the fortified TC now for Ulysses. He's gonna have the Colossus. That will help a ton. But this Egyptian army is not nothing. like you said, ancestors, catapults, the 2 myth units, the animals,
Mercs.
the mercs. It's pretty brutal.
2 catapults, man. Only one of them is, I think, targeting the town
He's
center.
got Horus Spears, Maiden. He's got greatest stuff 50. The spearmen have double bonus damage against cavalry from that. It's nasty stuff. The Hippicon are no longer a viable unit. You need to switch to Myrmidon or something, but this TC is getting sieged down now by 3 catapults. I think Kimo is going to the finals, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's done it. Ulysses will have to work extremely hard to make a comeback happen with an Underworld, with Colossus. Maybe it can be done, but it really looks like Kimo has made everything happen that he needed to make happen. He's getting funeral rites in preparation for that. He's getting masons. He will be prepared for that kind of stuff now.
Yeah, exactly. This is the timing, man. This is the timing. This is the timing. Once I think the armory up the what's it called? The Witchman bucket of what's it called for the cheaper armory upgrades. I think that just finished for Ulysses. He doesn't really have eco to start spamming armory upgrades, man. He needs those immediately to come back into this.
The only good news for him is that not much here can deal with the Helipolis. The 3 catapults sort of can, but only if the Helipolis stands still. Okay, siege towers, that's the counter, exactly. That said, the settlement is building so fast, the Helipolis actually can't stop it.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
12 villas and a pharaoh.
Okay, it is going down in health, slowly. Very slowly. Colossus is gonna eat the map up.
This game ain't over, dude. This game ain't over. We got armory upgrades coming in for Ulysses, couple of merms coming out.
Okay, the armory upgrades maybe might change things. But I
needs to just
really like this situation still for Kimo. The siege tower, it absolutely wrecks the Helipolis. It's nasty, man. It's nasty. The spears, double bonus against siege.
Wow.
He's getting a 4th town center here. That's guaranteed. There's no military academies. Oh boy.
There's the town center, dude. There's the town center. The production buildings for Ulysses, they're just not quite there anymore, man.
No.
A whole bunch of talks.
And it's not like Kimo is that far behind in armory upgrades. In fact, he's basically not behind. That's the crazy part. Sunray is gonna be nice on those 3 Toxotes, right? No, it's not. It's 3 Toxotes, it's nothing. Kimo
Ulysses
is so powerful. I don't think Ulysses can stop him. He's gonna try because it's a tournament. He doesn't want to get knocked down to the bronze round. He wants to make the miracle comeback happen. But it's 2 Colossus versus the world.
Dude, Colossi are sick. The priests are Nephthys priests. He's got funeral rites. That's nice. There goes one of them. Are Colossi going to be enough to bring him back into this?
If all 4 of them had attacked together, then maybe I could see this TC going down. But more and more priests getting made. Yeah, TC can make priests. You don't even need a temple.
Nah.
Good for Egypt, man. Good for them. It's just going down, this Colossus. The other one's eating the gold mine, but now the temple's getting destroyed. Along with it, the relics will be ejected. Also stops.
He already got pretty much all of his upgrades. So he got the value of the relics.
True. True, so that leaves like Weapon of the Titans and Burning Pitch. Not critical upgrades.
Dude, I think Kimo's holding, man. Those katas are still just shredding buildings so much.
Oh boy. Now the villagers are getting pulled to defend against the siege tower. I'm not sure they can. Not without losing several of them. The Myrmidons are out to try to do something here, but they're medium Myrmidon. So the chariots are fairly comfortable there. Here come the spears on top of the vills. The vills will get the catapults, however. That's a very nice little win. The Plenty Vault is working hard to make stuff happen. Economically, spear on the horizon coming in. Those spears are about to gain a lot of health.
Those little devils, man! The spears, they're little devils.
Oh.
And he calls it.
Oh,
Ooh.
GG's is
So
called.
close.
Chemo is just a little bit too powerful, but that was actually a close series. 4-2 is a very respectable score, and I'm very happy that Ulysses really gave it his best. We will see him again in the bronze round, but Kimo, he's going for the shinies in the finals, as usual.
Bravo, man. I think it came down to, like, Ulysses was looking so good, doing so much damage. But then suddenly he kind of took a sketchy fight, and he lost a lot of hips. Then he took another sketchy fight, and then he had the delayed heroic. And then Kimo hits heroic, and then boom, tornado, boom, ancestors. Man.
Yeah, you can only make those critical fights go bad a few times, and then it's... We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.